So, for shortcomings and future goals of SkillCourt 7.0 going into SkillCourt 8.0, the only shortcoming for the website is that there were some issues later on in the project of the mobile display. So, the site displays fine on all sorts of desktops and iPads, tablet screens. But when you get down into the smaller phones, there are issues with the CSS that render the images. So what happens is that if you run SkillCourt on a local host, like from the Visual Studio project, you'll see that all the CSS runs fine. You can open up in Google Chrome, you can go ahead and open it up as if it was in, say, a Samsung S5, and everything looks like it displays fine. The mobile CSS renders perfectly. But when you go ahead and load it onto the Amazon server and you do forever run, everything is run from there. Once you go on SkillCourt.com, you see that there are issues with the mobile display. So instead of, as you can see here, it goes ahead and re-renders to show a more mobile-friendly screen once the width is shortened. While the mobile CSS, as you see here, works on the actual browser and a website, the browsers of phones don't do that for some reason. A lot of time was spent trying to figure it out, but we could not figure out a way to make sure that the mobile phone browser worked like the desktop browser did. That was the only shortcoming. Now, as far as future goals go, most of the requests are with actually displaying certain things to the user. So, for instance, once you've logged in, say, for instance, logging in with Facebook, because there's not so much match history at the moment, it wasn't a priority, but what's wanted in future semesters are to go ahead and actually show a user's match history, so their single-player match history and their multiplayer match history will go in these areas respectively, and also user statistics. So over the course of all of their games, not only as here would be, the game played, here it would also show who was against, their scores, and so on and so forth. But user statistics would be things like graphs and charts over time, showing improvement and showing performance over time. Also, what will have to be added as another page entirely would be booking a SkillCourt session. So what our product owner Gumi wants to do is be able to have a cart open, and he wants someone to be able to visit the site and say, oh, I want to book a SkillCourt session for, say, someone's birthday, or say a training session with a team. And what's wanted is that, say, some sort of calendar where they can choose a date, choose a time, and then actually put in credit card information or something of the sort to actually pay for and book a session, so that, say, Gumi can go and go to whatever address is necessary and actually have a SkillCourt session for the people that are paying for it. So a shopping cart would be needed, a calendar that you can select and include time for. You would need obviously a form to fill out, so name, address, phone number, all sorts of necessary information, and so on and so forth, so that a booking can be done. Gumi can give more information on what exactly he wants, in particular for these three goals: the game history, user statistics, and the shopping cart. And those are the future goals for the website as of now.
Hi everyone, this is video number 4 from the set of videos from the final week of SkillCourt app. So this is going to include the shortcomings and the neat filters that are proposed. So let's get started. For the shortcomings, the first one is going to be we need to implement more security in the server side. Right now the server is accessing Firebase by the authentication key. That's the unique security that we had there. It's just security for the database, so we need to implement more security is for the side of sending notification to other people. So right now we need, as I say, more security when you're implementing the notification service. The second one is there are some bugs in the run implementation. This is just a simple bug that sometimes happens, that is receiving a null pointer to a user, so we need to make sure that this user is set it right. Finally, we need to add, we didn't implement the delete room feature. Right now each player just can have one room, so if you create a room you can't create a new one until you delete this last room. So the only way that we have right now is deleting by manually using the Firebase console. So we need to implement a new delete feature that can delete the room through the app. So finally, in the new features we proposed some ideas. We implemented an option that was event organizer. We didn't have time to implement it. We pivot to another implementation, but the code is already there. Is the event organizer option that the owner is going to explain more about this if he wants to finish the implementation of this feature. That is going to create the event is going to create a queue of players that are going to play multiplayer mode against each other, and the organizer is a new role that is going to be able to have this option of creating events. For the room, right now we just implemented for 2 players at the same time, but I know the owner wants more players playing simultaneously, so we propose more people to our room. So the next one is going to be adding more user info accounts. Right now when you create an account, we are just populating the data using your email. You're going to have previous games, something like that, but we propose it to have more information, like the picture. The picture is just being added when you are signing in using Facebook. So we propose to create more info when you are registering from the app by email. Finally, we propose to use usernames instead of emails. The email should be private. This is something that needs to be considered by the next semester, because email should be private for security questions. So if you are searching for other users, it is necessary to be using a username, because some emails are delicate information. So we propose that we need to the next semester need to create implementation for creating usernames. So thank you very much. This is the last video of this of SkillCourt project, and have a good luck in the next semester. Thank you very much.